Hi guys. All right. I'm hoping this is streaming properly. I haven't done Facebook Live stuff before, so hopefully this is coming to you and it looks right. I'd like to encourage you, because I can't stream music for this for copyright reasons and just for audio reasons. If you have multiple devices, maybe turn on a gentle playlist or some ambiance or something. Although if you've been watching these up to this point, hopefully you are way ahead of me and you already know what to do. So I also am streaming from my phone, so I can't see the chat as I go along. But if you have anything to say or any questions or anything, I'll glance at it after the video is over and get back in touch with you. I miss all of you. I really miss teaching classes at the Shala. I hope that you guys can hear me and everything is good. But as usual, you're welcome to begin your practice lying down. Feel free to rest in whatever position is comfortable for you. You can relax your hands, your feet, your legs and arms wherever your body wants them to be right now. And for these first several minutes, just focus on your breath without making any changes, without making any judgments. Just listen to the natural rhythm of your inhale and exhale. Notice where you feel your breath moving in your body. Notice the natural rise and fall of your chest, a release and expansion of your belly and the contraction of those muscles as you exhale. Then wherever you've chosen to rest your arms, roll your hands open to face the ceiling. And as you continue to breathe, draw your breath down the length of your arms into your hands. In other classes, we frequently open and close the hands to the time of the breath. But for a Yin practice, since our focus is on stillness, gentleness, and quiet, I'd like to encourage you to keep your hands still and just focus on the movement of your breath energy traveling from the top of your shoulders all the way down your arms, into your hands, filling your palms on your inhale. And then feel that energy leave the palms of your hands as you exhale, dissipating into the room, taking with it any tension it found in your arms and your shoulders on the way down. Continue breathing like this, inhaling to bring your breath into your palms, exhaling to release it away from you. If it's difficult for you to keep your eyes closed as you practice, feel free to find a point on the ceiling to focus your gaze on. Finding a fixed point and creating that single-minded concentration is a really fantastic variation on this meditation. As you exhale completely, draw your left knee into your chest. Your right leg can remain straight on the mat, or your right knee can be bent. As you hug this left knee in, relax your elbows, relax your shoulders. Soften the muscles in your face. If it's more comfortable for you to move your hands to the back of your leg, you're welcome to rest this way. Release the back of your neck by drawing the point of your chin toward the hollow at the base of your throat, creating a little bit more length in your spine. Your only job as you rest in these postures is to seek out any tension, any engagement in your body, and use your breath to release it. On your exhale, straighten your leg toward the ceiling just for a moment. We're just releasing any tension in this joint. Flex your foot and point your toe. And then cross your left ankle over your right knee. If your right leg is straight, bend your right knee and plant the sole of your right foot on the floor. As you find this figure 4 shape here, you can apply some gentle pressure through your left hand fingertips into your left thigh, but try not to apply too much. We're not creating any engagement in the body. It's a very difficult thing to approach a yin practice after years of practicing yang yoga. If we're used to coming to our mats and being active and sweating and engaging, going to the other end of the spectrum and finding slowness and stillness might be the hardest thing you do on your mat. Try to very deliberately stay focused on your relaxation in your body, slowing and quieting your breath, relaxing your muscles. If you feel that your mind is beginning to overwhelm you as you lay still with all the things it wants you to think about, all the things it wants you to worry about or focus on, thank your brain for doing what it's designed to do, and then gently step back from it and allow your thoughts to come and go without engaging with them. Give yourself permission to observe, like watching channels flip on a TV without stopping on any of them, without doing anything about any of them. On an exhale, slide your left knee over toward your right knee until your thighs are crossed. And then draw both knees up into your chest and reach your hands either for your shins, or if you can easily reach, you can reach for your ankles. Once again, we're not shooting for the most difficult option. We are deliberately giving ourselves permission to settle into whatever posture we can maintain with the least amount of effort. This is the practice. How can we give ourselves gentleness right now? On every exhale, feel your low back melting into the mat. Feel the muscles in your back broadening and releasing into the floor. Feel the way your breath moves your body when you are not moving your body. How does the movement of your diaphragm affect the muscles around your belly? How do those muscles cause your legs to move toward you and away from you with each breath? On an exhale, relax your right foot back to the mat. Uncross your left knee from your right leg and draw it into your chest one more time. If you'd like to stretch your right leg out straight on the floor, you're welcome to do that. You can also keep that right knee bent and your foot planted if you prefer. Relax your right arm up overhead, draping it on the floor with the elbow bent so you can relax as much of your arm to the floor as possible. Keeping your left hand on your left leg, begin to open this left leg like opening a book out to the floor on your left. I allow my left elbow to come down to the mat so that I can use this arm as a tripod to support the leg. Be sure that your foot comes out with you. You can keep this knee at 90 degrees. If you want to and you have the mobility for it, you can straighten this leg away from you. Just be mindful that you're not straying into a more difficult version of the posture that's going to cause you to engage and generate heat. We're still relying on that touchstone of gentleness, slowness, and stillness. Yin is a cooling practice. We do not want to sweat while we're working in our yin practice. Try to keep the back of your right hip melting into the floor. And as you open this leg, if you feel like you'd like to use some support, you can reach for a folded blanket. Give yourself something for your knee to rest on. Allow your breath to explore the shape your body is making. Soften the muscles in your jaw if you need to. Relax the muscles around your eyes and around your ears. And on an inhale, very gently use your hand to support your left leg as you bring it back up to your chest. Stretch your left leg out straight on the mat to release your knee. And here, if you wish, is a good chance to move your prop to the other side so it's ready when you need it. Bring your arms up overhead and reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. Take one big inhale and sigh or exhale to decompress. Relax everything as you exhale, allowing your elbows to bend, allowing your feet to fall apart from each other. Take a moment here to notice your energy, particularly the difference between your right side and your left. My right side feels more active, more awake. And my left side feels like it's a little meltier, more gentle, more sleepy. Begin to bend both knees, planting the soles of your feet on the floor. And draw your right knee into your chest. As you pull this leg in, allow your foot to relax, allow your ankle to relax. Use your hands as a gentle support on your right leg, but we're not actively pulling. We're not creating any specific engagement, we're just resting here. Allow your eyes to drift closed or find that point on the ceiling and give it your undivided attention. Notice what you notice in this posture. What parts of your body are demanding your attention right now? On your exhale, gently begin to straighten your right leg toward the ceiling just for a moment. Release your knee as you flex your foot and point your toes. And then cross your right ankle over your left knee to make the figure 4 on this side. Very softly, you can press your right hand into your right leg if you want to. But just as before, we're not forcing it. You'll feel stretch in your muscles in a yin practice, But primarily, this practice is not about stretching or releasing your muscles. Primarily, this is about your joints and your connective tissue, which we can only safely stress if the muscles have no engagement. That's how we prevent injury. So as we move into these shapes, let yourself just drop into them. Don't worry too much about your form. Let yourself settle. Stay with your breath. Keep your focus on maintaining a gentle observer's distance from your mind. Watch what it does. Learn how your brain responds to stillness, but don't engage. Very slowly begin to slide your right knee over toward your left to cross your thighs, and then draw both knees into your chest. You can bring your hands to your knees or your shins, or reach for your ankles if you can do so without engaging yourself, without slipping back into yang energy and doing work. This is about rest. Notice how the change in shape affects your breath, and how your breath in turn changes the shape every time you inhale and exhale. If you find your mind beginning to wander, invite yourself gently back to your mat. This is a practice we repeat over and over every single class, forgiving the mind for wandering away and guiding it gently back again. This is how we learn to extend grace to ourselves. On an exhale, release your left foot back to the mat. Uncross your right knee from your left and stretch it up straight for a moment, just long enough to release the knee joint before pulling that right knee back into your chest. You're welcome, as before, to keep your left foot planted and your left knee bent, or you can stretch your left leg out straight on the floor, whichever your body prefers. Release your left arm up overhead, bending your elbow as much as you need to relax the entire arm down. For you, this might look like putting this into a goalpost arm or stretching it out all the way out to the side like one wing. With your right hand on your right leg, begin to open this leg to the side like a book, bringing your foot with it. If you have this space and the mobility, you're welcome to stretch out to a straight leg. You'll notice that I don't usually do that. I find that it creates too much effort in my body for me to maintain this peaceful yin state. But your body is built differently, and you may find that that's actually a very relaxing and settling posture. So feel free to play with it. If you need to, bring your leg down onto your prop, relaxing your knee to the blanket or block or bolster, whatever you have at home. Feel your breath tracing the shape of you, exploring the different pathways, releasing tension from engaged muscles, allowing your body to just drop open. Feel how the energy in your right side is beginning to match the energy in your left. Slowing and stilling of the energy moving through the right side of your body. Yin allows the energy in our bodies to settle like undisturbed dust, clearing out the air, allowing us to see ourselves and our surroundings better. On your inhale, begin to draw your right knee back up to center. Feel free to hug it into your chest for a moment, resetting. And then pull your left knee up to meet it. Without moving quickly, without generating any heat, feel free to take a moment to roll out your hips. See how slowly and mindfully you can move. Notice not just the muscles and connective tissue moving and adjusting, but notice the tilt of your pelvis, the gentle rocking motion in your back as your knees pull up toward your chest and then release away from you. Notice if there are any little places in this movement where you feel like you get stuck, and slow down to breathe into those places. As you draw your knees back to your chest, if you've been using a blanket as a prop, move it out of your way. I'm going to place mine up overhead. Keep your knees drawn into your chest and roll yourself over onto your left hand side. It's okay to make a little pillow with your arm here, but we won't stay long, so you don't need to place a prop under your head. Keep your knees drawn up as much as you comfortably can to create a little tilt in your pelvis and curl your tailbone under slightly. On an inhale, sweep your right arm up for the ceiling. And on your exhale, relax that arm down behind you, bending your elbow as you go if you need to. Turning your chest open to face the ceiling and pointing your nose back up toward the sky. The goal is to twist open from the shoulders, releasing as much of your upper back and the backs of your shoulders to the floor as you can. If this twist is a lot on your hips, you're welcome to take your blanket and slip it in between your knees to alleviate some pressure. Feel free to relax your left hand to your legs if your body wants that support. You may notice that in a twist that primarily targets your rib cage, like this one, it can be deep or it can be more difficult to breathe deeply and to fill your lungs completely. So give yourself permission to just breathe to whatever depth feels easy. And if this means a slightly shallower breath for a little while, that's really okay. On an inhale, bring your right arm back up toward the sky, and exhale to curl back on your left hand side. Take a moment to roll back onto your back. Draw your knees to your chest to reset. Then slowly curl onto your right hand side. Draw your knees to your chest. Feel that tilt of your tailbone. Inhale to sweep the left arm up. And exhale to relax that arm down and back behind you. As you turn your chest toward the ceiling, relax the back of your left shoulder as close to the floor as you can. Feel free to bend either arm to make yourself comfortable, or rest your right hand on your leg if that support feels good. And just like before, if you'd like to slip a prop in between your knees for some support for your hips, feel free. Stay with your breath. Stay focused and still. Notice how deep of a breath your body wants to take right now. And don't force anything more than that. On your inhale, gently bring your left arm back up and over to curl onto your right hand side. Very slowly begin to guide yourself up to sitting. This is best done with a folded blanket or a couple of stacked pillows. I'm folding my blanket over until it's about 8 inches wide, 4-ish, maybe 5 inches thick, and long enough to go under the length of my back. Situate this or your pillows lengthwise on the upper half of your mat. Sit directly in front of it. Bent knees to start helps. And roll down onto it so that the very bottom part of the blanket is just lower than your lumbar, supporting the very top of your pelvis. For me, because of the length of my blanket, the top stops right at the base of my skull, which feels good. It gives me good support. But if yours is a little shorter and your head is hanging off the end, feel free to adjust until your head is supported. You're welcome to rest your arms any way you like. I like to bring mine up overhead. This enhances the chest opener, allows me to breathe more deeply. But if that's not so comfortable for you, feel free to rest your arms out like wings or down at your sides. You can choose where you'd like your legs to be. I usually keep my knees bent. This feels nicer on my low back. You can also bring your feet together and drop your knees open into butterfly, or stretch both legs out straight if that feels right for your body. Take your time getting settled in whatever posture feels right for you. Give yourself permission to breathe deeply here. releasing all the tension starting from your lungs, moving into your abdominal muscles, your back muscles, up into your shoulders and down into your hips. And with each breath, continue tracing outward, releasing tension from your arms and legs, your fingers and toes, your throat, your jaw, and the muscles in your face. Give yourself permission to slow your breath, to drop effortlessly into the most gentle, quiet, and still version of yourself. Give your body your full attention. Everything else you have to do, everything else you have to think about will be there for you in a few minutes. For now, you have permission to ignore all of it, to step away from all of it, and to give your body and your breath all of your attention. Begin now to deepen your inhale. And for these first few moments, you don't have to move anything but your breath. Find a deeper, fuller inhale and a more complete exhale as you work your way from your sleepy, restful breath to a slightly more wakeful one. Find some tiny movements in your fingers and toes. In your palms and the soles of your feet. In your wrists and ankles. Begin to bend your knees and plant the soles of your feet on the mat. Bring your arms down by your sides if they're not already there. And let your knees sway side to side to wake your hips and low back. You can decide how best for your body to move from here to sitting. Just take your time and move mindfully. Feel free to keep your eyes closed, your head heavy, and your attention turned inward. And as you draw yourself up, feel free to sit in any posture that feels comfortable for your body. Draw your shoulders back over your hips. Feel yourself grounded through your sitting bones, lifting through your heart center and the crown of your head. Bring your dominant hand to your solar plexus, just above your navel, near the base of your rib cage, and your non-dominant hand to your heart center. Find your 3-part breath, or your long, slow, deep breathing, inhaling into your low belly first, then filling the middle portion of your rib cage, and lastly breathing into your upper chest, expanding your collarbone. As you exhale, release the air in reverse, breathing out of your upper chest first, then emptying the middle part of your rib cage, and lastly expelling the air from the lowest part of your belly, feeling your diaphragm underneath your dominant hand contract upward. Feel this rolling wave motion of your breath under your hands. Feel your heartbeat. And marvel at these two physical processes, your breath and your heartbeat, working together in tandem to move not just oxygen, but prana through the length of your body, keeping you healthy, keeping you strong, working for you constantly all day. Remind yourself that your body is your #1 fan, your biggest supporter, your life partner. Honor the work it does for you all day, every day. Honor exactly who you are in this moment. Then draw your palms together at your heart center and offer yourself a moment of gratitude. We close our practice, as we usually do, with 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth like a sigh. And you're welcome, if you wish, to join me in sweeping your arms up toward the ceiling on your inhale and bringing your hands back down to prayer on your exhale. All together, inhaling. Om Shanti Om. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you stay well and stay safe. If you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or any of us here at the Shala. We're here for you. And pretty shortly, actually, hopefully in the next hour, I will be sending out an email with how to contact each of our Shala teachers individually. So if you can't find us on social media or you need anything at all, you'll have at least an email address or something comparable to reach out to the teachers that you know and love. So we love you, we miss you, stay strong, and we will get through this together. Om Shanti.